Hey there, Diane Conklin with CompleteMarketingSystems.com. What does leveraged growth mean to you? Funny story, real quick. I have a client who is an accounting background, and when you say the word leverage to her, it used to mean something. It used to mean debt because of her accounting background, and that is not at all what I mean when I say leveraged growth. Leveraged growth is sort of one of my five big pillars. One of the panels, if you will, in the umbrella of the logo. Leveraged growth. How do you get leveraged growth? Well, you do it not necessarily, sometimes by taking on debt, but not necessarily by taking on debt. You know, first of all, leverage is something that most businesses wait too long to start doing, right? So many people start off as a solopreneur, and I often tell people that should scare you, because if you're a solopreneur, that means you're doing everything in your business. That means you have a job, and if that's what you want, that's okay, all right? But for most people who started businesses, we did it for time and or money freedom, right? Time and or money freedom. That's the thing I always hear. And so you have neither. Well, you might have money freedom, but I doubt it, right? You have neither of those things if you're doing all the work. So the thing that you have to remember is, how do you leverage so that you're utilizing something other than you, right? Other than your grit, other than your brain, other than your hard work, other than your time. So there's a lot of ways to do this, right? You can leverage using technology. So quick example, if you are posting on social media and you're using Buffer or Hootsuite or one of the things that will now shoot out one message to all of your platforms, you're leveraged. That's leverage, right? That's using technology to leverage. If you have any sort of customer CRM, customer relationship management system that you're using, a One Shopping Cart, an Infusionsoft, an Entreport, lots of other ones, but that is automating your emails so that when somebody asks for something on an opt-in page or a lead magnet, they're called a lot of different things, you don't actually have to touch it. The thing is delivered to them, and then a sequence of emails goes out. That's automation. That's technology, right? That's leverage. You're using leverage for that. Sometimes we use other people we don't use other people, but we hire other people to maintain leverage or to get leverage, right? So for example, I leverage by utilizing, I have a lot of technology in my business, but I'm not the expert in using it. And so instead of me taking the time and the energy to learn something that I'm not good at, that doesn't come naturally to me, I have a team that does that for me. Okay, so I've leveraged utilizing people who have skills that I either don't have or don't want to go get. Now, here's the thing. You don't have to hire people on a full-time basis in order to use other people's knowledge and time as leverage. A few hours a week, a few hours a month, right? And most of us wait too long to start doing that. I know the one thing that when people ask me if there is one thing, Diane, in your business that you could change, what would it be? And I always say the same thing. I would have started everything sooner. I would have hired my first person sooner. I would have started doing live events sooner. I would have started doing coaching and masterminding sooner. I would have started it all sooner. But fear holds us back, right? This fear of not making enough money, not doing the right things, giving up control, right? Because if you're an entrepreneur or a business owner, you're a control freak. So those are just a couple of the ways. There are 5 or 6 more that I could talk about. But then this video would be 15 or 20 minutes long, and I don't really want to do that. But here's the thing. Leverage allows you to grow. Without leverage, without some form of leverage in your business, you are limited based on the number of hours that you can put in, right? You're limited. You're always going to be limited based on that if you're not utilizing leverage. And again, I want you to get out of your head that this doesn't have to mean that you're spending or investing a lot of money. Oh my gosh, I'm barely making anything now. Yeah, but here's the thing, right? If you hired somebody for let's just say 2 hours a week to do your newsletter, or to do your social media posts. Think about what you can now be doing during those 2 hours, right? So if you want to be making $100 an hour, $50 an hour, if you can hire somebody to do something less than that and you actually fill those 2 hours by making that $50 or $100, you're still in the positive. So I'm going to wrap this up, and again, maybe I'll do a couple more of these leverage growth, talk about this a few more times, but there's a quote that I love, and Joe Polish is the one that I very first heard say this. He said, stop strengthening your weaknesses. Strengthen your strengths and hire your weaknesses. And when you think about it, it makes so much sense, right? I'm not a bookkeeper. I'm not an accountant. I'm never going to be. And so it would be silly for me to try to learn those skills. And yet, so we don't think about maybe hiring people to do that. And yet we'll go through classes and we'll study and we'll do all of this stuff to try to learn how to operate our CRM, or how to, to do something that isn't naturally, something that we're going to be good at. Here's the thing, and I know you want to know enough about the things that go on in your business that you can make good decisions. That doesn't mean you have to be an expert. And, so yeah, you do need to do some of that study and knowing initially, and then pass it off to people who are better at those things than you are. It's just the smart thing to do. All right. So again, leveraged growth. You will not grow your business if you don't leverage. If you want some help with this, you have questions about it. How do I do this, Diane? How do I maximize the growth for the leverage that I'm getting? How do I maximize what I'm getting for the dollars that I'm investing in this? Shoot me an email at info@completemarketingsystems.com, or find me on social media and leave me a note, send me a message, and we will talk about it. All right. In the meantime, go do something positive in your business to make you grow today. That's the key. What are you doing today that's going to help you grow? All right. Make it a great day. I'm Diane Conklin with CompleteMarketingSystems.com.